everybody, and welcome to another episode of Connect with KB. So great to have you tuning in with us as we talk about business, education, leadership, and all the wonderful things that connect us to each other. My guest today wears quite a few hats at Costerisan, a full-service accounting and consulting firm. Sarah Jennings is a principal in Mainer's Accounting and Outsourced Solutions Department, and she also leads the firm's innovation and community engagement initiatives. We've known each other for a long time and excited to have her on with me. Welcome to the podcast, Sarah. Thank you so much. I want to hear all about what's happening at Mainer.
Oh, gosh. Thanks for having me, Kristen. It's an honor to be here.
You bet. Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Mainer and its services in the industry it serves. And then I'm going to ask you about Sarah Jennings.
So Mainer Costerisan, we've been around for over 100 years, and we have many of the facets of a traditional accounting firm: accounting and outsourced solutions, assurance, tax. We also have a technology department. One of the things I think that sets us apart is we also have various different industry specialties. So within each of those service lines, we have healthcare, and we have nonprofit organizations that we work with. We have manufacturers. We have various different things, and we try to tailor our services to that industry, really to make it a better value for the clients.
You bet. And you still have wealth management?
We do, yes. Still new. That's
absolutely
relatively new.
Thank you. Tell Michael Nordman that I said hi.
I will do that. Thank you.
So, you've been at Mainer, you told me this offline, for about 20 years. And how did you get there? How did you and Mainer come together?
It's a funny story, but, I went to school initially, college, to be a biology major. So Mainer was as far from my mind as it possibly could be. And really, I found Mainer through various different trips and falls and things like that, but through relationships. Mainer, I didn't know them. They're not one of the big four. We're a large regional firm, and we've actually doubled in size since I started at Mainer. So it was less of a name brand back then than it is now, for sure. But I knew from a family friend who worked here. And I think that's a testament. It still is today. Many of our referrals for our young talent come because of our name, because of relationships, because we're such a family. So really, it's a long but it's a short story. Mainer has a name because of all the relationships that we've built.
Well, it's always about relationships.
Right.
You and I both know that. And where'd you go to school?
Illinois Wesleyan. I grew up close to Lansing, but...
Yeah. And so you had an opportunity to go to Mainer. What was the very first job you had?
I was in the audit department at Mainer Costerisan for the first probably 7 years. A funny story. One of my clients had an unfortunate event, and there was fraud in the organization, and I took it very personally. So I remember thinking, I looked at this woman's face, and she committed fraud, and how could she do this, and how did I not know she was lying to me? Those are all sorts of reflections. And then I decided I was going to stop fraud, right? So then I became a certified fraud examiner. After that, I switched departments into the accounting and outsourced solutions. So I've worn many hats because I've kind of skipped along to the different departments within the office. And then I did some software conversions. I did outsourced accounting, controllership. I oversee quite a few CFO engagements, and I also do litigation support, forensic work. Clearly, it's much more fun to help organizations prevent fraud than it is to help them pick up the pieces. So we really try to focus on that as well.
So a lot of different hats, as I said in the intro. It's really given you a great opportunity to understand all aspects of the firm. How long have you been a principal?
I have been a principal for about 7 years now.
And how's that leadership gone for you? Were you one of the very first women there to be a principal?
We have had females in the shareholder group for many years, or a female in the shareholder group. We're proud right now to have 4 females in our partner group. I was the first director in the firm, female director in the firm.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank
you. That is it's a testament to kind of where we are in this day and age, and leadership that is strong and powerful. I had Stacy Beeler on earlier with me today from Grand Valley State University, and she's the vice president now and doing a really great job there too. And Grand Valley's got a lot of strong women leadership. So I think it's a testament to what we're going to talk about next with the recent ranking as number 13 among medium-sized businesses, number 40 overall on Crain's Detroit Business List of top 100 cool places to work in Michigan, as well as number 25 in Accounting Today's 2022 best firms to work for. Talk a little bit about the Mainer culture. Is that something that is very important to you? And how do you create that kind of positive, cool environment where people want to work?
We care. I mean, ultimately, that's how we create it. We care, and our team members know that we care from the top down. Our mission is to enable others to reach their potential, and that's not just for our clients, but that's internally as well. We provide a ton of continuing education and opportunities for all of our team members. As I said, my path, we've always taken the approach, if you have a business plan, if it's great for you, if it's an interest of you, and it benefits Mainer altogether in our client base, go for it. We'll support you. We'll help you get through whatever that initiative is, whether it's litigation support or whether it's forensic services, whatever that might be. And I think that our team members see that and they appreciate that. The other thing is we have a lot of initiatives around community and giving back. Part of, as I said, one of our key industries is nonprofit organizations, over 400 nonprofit clients within the firm, which is a large percentage of our total client base. We really give back. It's about the impact we make, not just the debits and credits. We were talking a little bit earlier. It's so easy sometimes in any industry to put your head down and just do the work. And for an accountant, that's looking at debits and credits and making sure bank statements reconcile or making sure the audit report is right. But really, for a nonprofit in particular, you look at how you're helping them to reach their potential and really drive their mission forward. So it is exuded in all of our team members. They all feel that.
Do you have a lot of turnover?
You know, we don't. Compared to the industry, it used to be when I was growing up, now I'm dating myself, I'm not supposed to do that, but when I was growing up through the firm, it used to be that a lot of CPAs were 3 years and out, especially at the big firms. They'd get their CPA, they'd get their credentials, they'd get some experience, and then they'd go to an organization that was a little bit less rigorous, a little bit less hours. We don't have a lot of turnover because we have a lot of flexibility for our team. We have some great wellness programs. We have a lot of professional development, not just the technical skills, knowing about generally accepted accounting principles, but how to be a better leader, how to be a better leader in your own self, not in a specified path that we say. So I think that is one of the reasons that we have less turnover than some.
Well, you and I have known each other for a long time. I know that Mainer has been very involved in the Lansing Regional Chamber, putting your team through the Leadership Lansing program. I can remember talking with Bruce Dunn about how important internships were for you, and I suspect that probably you continue to this day to have people come in and talk about being student practitioners. I always like that term, and keeping them. And have you found that to be a big success for your firm?
Absolutely, the internship program. It's interesting, over the last few years, we've actually gone beyond the internship program. We have about 20 interns a year, usually January, June, we do our hiring, but it's fun to watch that whole process. We also have started a leadership day where we invite people that maybe aren't ready for an internship yet, maybe freshman, sophomore in college in the spring, and just invite them in, learn about Mainer, learn about our culture and our team, and what a day in the life of an accountant, and I say that with air quotes because the typical accountant from 50 years ago is not the accountant from today, you know?
Yeah, and you know, I think that really the way that you look at it and the way that the team approaches it is and you said it already, about that caring about your people, caring about how they grow as team members as well as leaders in the community, I think really says a lot about the success and a lot about how you continue to keep people and that they want to be at Mainer. You are getting ready to have your Mainer Costerisan Cares Day on November 3rd. Talk about what that entails and how did you come up with that?
So this is our 4th year. It's the first Thursday of every November, and we are so excited to shut our doors down and give back as one Mainer Costerisan team. As I said, part of our culture has always been community, nonprofits, philanthropy, giving back. And we've done that for years, for our 100 years in existence. But what we hadn't done is shut down the office and really use it for not only giving back to our individual organizations, but we're also using it as team building. Our teams go out and we cross all of the departments, all the service lines, all the industries. We meet people. We're over 150 people now. We meet people that, in an office that size, it sounds like not that many people, but there's people you just don't recognize. You don't see them day to day, especially in this virtual world. So it's a great time for us to just get out, not only help, like I said, organizations that I personally might be passionate about, but as a firm, we're going out to give to our clients and to organizations within the communities which our clients are in. So it's not just my back door, but it's a greater purpose.
Do you come back after that day with the team and talk about the experience and what they took away from it? Because I suspect that they think that they that the nonprofits or the people you're going out and servicing that day feel strongly about it. But I bet there's more that they get out of it than what they feel like they're giving. So I'd be interested to hear about the what they really have to say about the experience.
Yeah, it's fun to see the notes that we get back from the nonprofits that we go to, in addition to hear all of the chatter around the office. It's different now, right, because it's a virtual world, but we absolutely make a point the day after, in particular, the afternoon after, to just talk. What did you learn? What did you get to do? Sometimes we're raking leaves for seniors. Sometimes we're teaching adults to young children about math or about financial planning. Sometimes, we're stuffing food packets one year. This year, that's one of the things that we're going to be doing, putting some food packets together. But it's just so valuable to see how we're impacting. Some of the comments that I've gotten back from the nonprofits are, wow, I didn't know accountants could work that hard outside. They were using power tools because we're building sheds and things like that. I'm like kind of breaking out of our normal, typical accountant role.
Yeah. What would you tell somebody who is interested in a career in accounting and maybe the different opportunities within the field too?
That's a great, again, 50 years ago, a typical accountant is way different than it is now. It's more consultative. There's way more data behind it. There's less paper. When I started, even there were suitcases with papers that you brought around and adding machines. Nobody even knows what that is anymore. They're kind of historical mechanical things that are in the corner or something. But these days, you're really providing more value, or you feel like you're providing more value. You're looking ahead for your clients and helping them to plan for the future instead of constantly telling them what happened last quarter. I think that now, even getting into the industry, there's less on-the-job training you how to do a specific task, and there's more shadowing from day one. So you're out and you're looking and you're learning from more experienced people how to consult with a client, how to advise them on decisions, and how to help them. Again, our mission is to help others reach their potential. That's our goal, whether it's a small business, a healthcare provider, or a nonprofit. That's what we're doing, and that's the difference from what it used to be.
Well, and the opportunity to get out from behind a desk and get integrated into the community. Things like the Lansing Regional Chamber has a lot of different programs. You and I have been doing those for years now, and it really gives them an opportunity to build their network. And I think that really is critical for people nowadays too, that they want to know other people within the community and feel that there's maybe that place for them in different aspects of the community too. You know what I mean? I appreciate the fact that you've got longevity with your people, but I know that you want what's best for them too. So if they were to go to another place, that you promote that as well so that they can continue to grow as people.
That's absolutely true. And it's funny you say that. We have an alumni network. So people that aren't with Maynard, not because they've retired, some of them have, but some of them had just a better fit somewhere else. We absolutely maintain those relationships. They come back for golf outings. That's part of the family that you build. That's part of our culture. It's about caring about the people, not just about the dollars or the work or the getting that task done. We absolutely want them
Well, and
to
I suspect that they're probably going out there and they're going to be Maynard fans for life, and that's exactly what you want too. You want them to take the positive experience that they had and share that with other people. When you talk about supporting the community, I know that you do this through work, but there's other things that you're involved in, and one of those is Athena. It's passion. You're passionate about it. You're an Athena recipient. Talk about your involvement and what Athena means to you.
I've been involved with Athena from the local level all the way to the global level, and I say many times Athena changed my life. It honestly changed, the Athena principles changed the trajectory of my career. Many people women grow up through an industry, and they say, well, I can't see anybody above me that looks like me, right? I mean, you hear that a lot in all sorts of not so diverse industries. And it's difficult to see yourself leading in the way that you see others. Athena allowed me to be authentic, which is one of the leadership principles. Athena allows you to understand that there are different ways to lead. There are collaborative ways to lead. And one thing you mentioned earlier, Kristen, is just building relationships. What Athena has done for me and for many over the years, and for many Mainer people, to be honest, I mean, we have a corporate membership in various different Athena programs. We send people every time because we know how important it is to understand different types of leadership, but also those relationships within the community, within other clients, within each other. It's very important.
It really is. And, I'm involved with Athena as well. And it's really powerful to watch the programming, whether it be through the Michigan Chambers Athena Michigan program, whether it be through Athena Win, through Athena International, that everybody seems to be moving in the same direction about lifting up and empowering women. And I want to give you a big pat on the back, Sarah, for being so dedicated to it, because your involvement has changed the life of a lot of women in this community and beyond. And so when you talk about authenticity, it is so true about who you are, and it comes through in everything that you do.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh.
Greatest leadership lessons?
Greatest leadership lessons. I think that actually is partly twofold. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to give you two. One is building relationships, how important and how critical that is. And now that doesn't mean it's kind of a tit for tat relationship. I give something to you, you give it back. You never know what's going to happen. Learn from everyone. That's the second. Constantly learning. Make sure that you don't discount any relationship or any piece of information. You never know when it's going to benefit, or you'll be able to help somebody else, because that's always the goal, to help the people that are in front of you.
Absolutely. And fostering collaboration. Mm-hmm. And I know that you've done a lot of that through the years. I want to wish you and the team at Mainer continued success. Your Mainer Cares Day is again on November 3rd. We are going to post this podcast ahead of time so that we can get this message out to people too. I want to thank you for coming on with me, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Kristen.
Absolutely. My guest today is Sarah Jennings, who's the principal at Mainer Costerisan. I also want to thank my supporting sponsors, Downing Industries, Governmental Consultant Services, AF Group, Public Affairs Associates, and Mercantile Bank. You can listen to all my podcasts at connectwithkb.com. Until we connect again, go live your best life. I'm your host, Kristen Belzer.